We are now checking in with ENN's Abby Gravely, who is interviewing Assistant Professor of Journalism Israel Balderas, who has been actively reporting in North Carolina for multiple news stations tonight.
Thanks, Abigail. Thank you so much for coming in, Professor Balderas.
Of course.
So you've been out in the field tonight reporting on the elections here in North Carolina.
Yes.
What all have you been seeing?
A couple of things. Number one, I'm very surprised at the voter turnout in blue counties, especially in western North Carolina. In western North Carolina, the numbers were very favorable for red counties. 58% of those in the voter turnout turned out in early voting. But tonight we're seeing high turnout in App State, which is Watauga County, Buncombe County, which is Asheville, two blue counties in North Carolina, high voter turnout. We're also seeing high voter turnout in Durham County, which is where Duke University. What that tells me is that the vote that I early on called the Taylor Swift vote, right? The college students that were going to be motivated, you know, from a youth perspective, those individuals are turning out today. And so therefore that turnout sort of bodes well for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, definitely. And then have you seen that or indications of that kind of turnout here at Elon with the college student vote?
Well, you know, earlier this morning I was reporting from the Cornoodle Center, Senior Center in Burlington. What I saw was a lot of older folks mix, African-American voters, white voters. So to me, I think in the morning time, I saw, say, Gen X and boomers voting, whereas college students, you know, 18 to 25, probably voted in the afternoon and evening. When I start looking at the numbers, what I'm going to look at is which voters were, you know, highly motivated to vote based on what they were seeing in the news.
Yeah, and you said this youth vote bodes well for Kamala Harris, and we know that in 2020, Trump only won North Carolina by 1.3
That's right.
Points. Can you talk a little bit about how you think that young vote will affect North Carolina and the election as a whole?
Yeah, I think when you look at the data, right, that vote 18 to 25, about 60% were tilting towards Harris. If Harris is able to motivate that age group, 18 to 25, certainly those would be good numbers for her. Biden in 2020 didn't have a strong showing for the voters 18 to 25 as we're seeing now. So certainly that's going to tilt for Harris. However, what I would say is Trump did win North Carolina correctly in 2020 because we had the suburbs, right? And we had the rural areas. So what I'm going to be looking at is not only the western counties that were impacted by Hurricane Helene, but I'm looking at places like Alamance County. I'm looking at places like Catawba, right? These are not, you know, they're close to the suburbs, but they're far enough to see, you know, would those voters be motivated?
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely something that we're going to want to be looking at.
For sure.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me tonight, and good luck.
Thank you.